Hi everyone, this is Moses and welcome to Website Vanilla. Today I'm going to show you 5 tips for easy responsive web design. You've already made your website, it looks good on bigger screen like desktop. Now how do you make that website looks good on smaller screen like tablets or small phones? Alright, join me. As always, I'm using WebStorm as my code editor. I'm going to make a new project. I'm going to name my project as responsive web design. I'm going to create this project. All right, it's opening up. The first file I'm going to make is an HTML file. So I'm going to make a file called index. And as you can see, WebStorm automatically create that boilerplate for me. All right. So where to start? The first thing when you want to make a responsive web design is always you should start at your markup. You should start in your markup file, in your HTML. So there is one tag special for making pages responsive, and that is called the Viewport Meta Tag. Now, it's kind of long. You might forget the syntax and how you write that. I use this plugin called Emit, so I don't have to type that manually. If I can just type meta, it will show me this one is the Viewport Meta Tag, and I can click it. It will finish for me. All right, let me make sure it's dropped so that you can see my whole screen. So this tag, the Viewport Meta Tag, is responsible for making our pages responsive. And what is a viewport? A viewport is that area of your browser that you can see. It's called a viewport. And this content width is equal to device width. This tells your browser that please respect the width of this web page. Do not automatically scale it down. And then the initial scale 1, this is by default, is going to be 1. It means it does not scale the page up or down. It does not zoom the page in or out. All right, now what does this mean though? So let me show you an example. Let's create a short paragraph, and I'm just gonna create here a short paragraph, and then let me style this paragraph. I'm gonna say style. Okay, style. I'm gonna say, okay, let me put a class name here because I'm gonna use other paragraph. So let's say this, let's call this as paragraph. All right, so my paragraph, I'm going to style it. I'm gonna first make the background of this paragraph to be light blue. And then I'm gonna increase the font size so that you can see it clearly. Font size 20 pixels. And then I'm gonna say the width of this should be 600 pixels. Now pay attention when we have this and when we don't have this. So right now let me open this. I'm using Firefox. That's how my paragraph looks, and I've zoomed in a bit my browser here so that you can see it clearly. So that's how my browser looks. So let's see this. You are viewing this now on a mobile device. So I'm gonna go to inspect, and then I'm gonna turn on my responsive design mode here. You see right now the screen is 375, and I can change here to whatever screen I want. So let's view this at let's go to iPhone 12. So this is how my page will look at iPhone 12. You see, it looks the same, but what it has done is it has created this horizontal. It has created this horizontal scroll bar. It has cut this. It has automatically cut the content in half. So this is what this tag does. It says respect the width of my page. So my web page was here. My paragraph says 600 pixels. It says respect that. Do not automatically scale down this paragraph, because as you can see here, the iPhone is only 390 pixels. So let's hide this and let's open the page, then you will see how it looks. So I'm just gonna close this and I'm gonna hide this. So right now I've commented it, so it does not work. So let's open the page now. You see, I'm gonna go again to inspect, responsive design mode, and you see I'm still on iPhone 12, but right now it's showing me the whole of that paragraph. You see, it has automatically scaled that down. So I hope you have seen that difference there. When this is active, I'm gonna put this active. Now if I just refresh, sometimes it does not work. Okay, so now it works, but sometimes it doesn't. You have to close the browser and open again. So you see that difference? Now it has cut this in short. I cannot see the whole of the paragraph because it's 600 pixels. All right, let me comment this out. If I come back here, now you see it's back. It has scaled all of it down. So this is the tag that you always want to use for responsive web design. Now, sometimes you might not want that. Maybe you have designed your website and you don't want it to be responsive yet. You can just not include this so that all your pages, people can see all your page scaled down. And that means they have to manual now zoom to be able to see the text. All right, so that is tip number 1. Always make sure you have the Viewport Meta Tag for responsive web design. All right, I'm just gonna close this now. Tip number 2 is working with images. When you work with images, and I'm gonna first, let me download an image. This is the website I normally use to download images. It's called Pixels. And I'm going to just take this random image here, download. I'm gonna get this size, 1280 medium, download. That is on my downloads folder. And I'm gonna rename this as just an image. And then I can just drag this to my folder there. Oh, it has not accepted. Let me do that one more time. Refactor. So as you can see, WebStorm allows me to do those cool stuff like dragging the file straight. I can just close this. Let's view our image. So this is our image. It's 1280 pixels. Now let me include this image on the page. I'm just gonna say image, source, image.jpg, alt. All right. So let's see how this looks. Now you see how the image is big. I mean, it's kind of huge compared to the width of my browser here. So you see, you have this horizontal scroll bar. If I can just quickly inspect this and show my ruler, you can see that the width of my browser is 920, but this image, as you can see here, it is 1280. So for responsive web design, you don't want that. You want your images automatically to be contained within your container. And one way to do that is by saying, I want my images to always have a maximum width of 100%. Now, if I go back to my browser, it should automatically contain that image within the browser window. If I just go here, now you see, I don't have the horizontal scroll bar. So my image has been contained, and I can even scale down. You can see the whole of the image. So that is tip number 2 with images. And another addition point, when you work with images, always work with relative units, percentages, as opposed to pixels. So here I can just say I want the width of this image to be maybe 6%. So right now it will decrease that to 60%, and this will make sure that my image will always be 60% as I decrease it, you see. So that was tip number 2. Tip number 3, when you want to make your website responsive, is